I know you've been waiting to hear me talk about the Redmi K30 Pro and custom ROMs and just kind of overall like modability of it. Well, I'm happy to say I have a custom ROM on my Redmi K30 Pro. I have the phone charged up to 100%. In this video, I'm going to show you how I have my Redmi K30 Pro set up with a custom ROM, the tweaks I've done to it, the tweaks you might want to do to it. I'm also going to be doing a real world battery test where I basically take this battery from 100% normal usage, no charging, down to about 10%. Just for overall battery health and longevity. I try to keep my phones between 80% and 20% at all times to extend the life of the battery. But right now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys with a screen recorder how I have my Redmi K30 Pro set up and exactly what we have going on. So right now I have Xiaomi EU. Xiaomi EU is based on the China ROM. So this is a Xiaomi EU stable ROM, which means it's based on the China stable ROM. There's no beta ROMs for it as MIUI 11 is no longer being beta tested. The next update that I will have for this phone will be MIUI 12 based on Android 10 for this specific device. For the theme of this device, I have the Poco theme. I just like that all the icons are flat and very material design. I have also rooted this device with Magic, and then I've also got the Franco kernel manager. I'm not running any type of different kernel stuff on here yet for the battery reasons, obviously. But I have enabled deep sleep or like nap time, which is something that allows the device to go into like a deeper hibernation mode when you're not using it. It's supposed to help idle standby drain. The other thing that I've done that I know many people are going to want to know about is when you get a device running MIUI, you need to do specific things so that you get all of your notifications. And this is kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest with you, but it's one of the reasons why MIUI tends to get really good battery life. You need to go into permissions or just long hold whatever app it is, allow auto start, which basically allows the app to start whenever it wants to, and then for battery saver, set that to no restrictions, and that essentially will allow it to run in the background. As I've already said, I have nap time enabled so that the device goes into nap time even when, or like deeper hibernation mode when you're not using it. Now, to show you guys what I have going on here in nap time. For the nap time stuff, I have aggressive doze, reapply aggressive doze after wake up, disable motion detection. Essentially what this is when you have your device, let's say on your nightstand overnight and the device is not moving, the device goes into a deeper sleep so that it takes less energy and you have less standby drain. I have a disable aggressive doze when charging, disable aggressive doze during audio sessions. I haven't done that yet. If I have issues with audio, sometimes it will like force close stuff. If you're listening to music, I don't have that like right now going on. So those are the little mods and tweaks that I've done to this. Essentially what I'm aiming for with this setup on this device is I want the device to be essentially as stable as it would be in the stock form. I want to have all the MIUI little features and other things that are available at the same time. I want to get all of my notifications normally, but I don't want the MIUI battery stuff to control what I'm doing. Another thing that I've done is I've gone ahead and I've debloated the entire ROM, and I'll have a video to how you can debloat your ROM up here. But let's go ahead and let's bring the SIM card over to here and let's show you guys how smooth the device runs right now, how responsive it is, etc. Just so you can get a feel for the type of performance and the type of user experience you could be getting with your Redmi K30 Pro and a setup similar to mine, which is essentially prioritizing stability. I've turned animations on this all to 0.5x. That just speeds up animations, makes the device feel a little bit faster. I've noticed that if I turn the animations off altogether, the device just kind of feels not that smooth. But with animations set the way I have them right now, it's great. And as you guys can see, everything super, super responsive. One area that I've noticed a considerable difference when using this device, because of the refresh rate, has been typing. Typing on this display is much better than the K20 Pro. And it's super quick. As you guys can see here, going in and out of apps, not even all, not all these apps are open, but just to give you guys an idea of what it feels like. I do have AI preloading on, but just going into apps, opening apps up, the UFS 3.1 storage on here, it definitely does make a difference. And I gotta say, it is a very, very tangible difference. I've been on Twitter a lot talking with you guys about custom ROMs and all kinds of different stuff. And if you guys want to go ahead and add me on Twitter, I will have my information down in the description. If you guys want to go ahead and ask me questions, a great place to do that is on Twitter. To give you guys a real world example of how quickly an application opens with this UFS 3.1 storage is PUBG, right? It's a big game. I'm just going to go ahead and open this for you guys so you can see from the memory or from storage to active memory how quickly it loads. And I have everything on here set to the highest possible settings. And we're already in, guys. And it is absolutely just so responsive, so quick. Opening apps out of RAM is something that I don't see much of a difference between this device and the K20 Pro, to be completely honest. The RAM, pulling stuff out of RAM is going to be pretty comparable on both devices. There isn't a huge jump when going to LPDDR5 RAM, but it does increase the overall fluidity and just kind of the way it feels to you. Now, one thing specifically I wanted to show you guys was the OK Google integration. Now, you can't use that hot command or that saying if you are on the normal China ROM. There's no global ROM for this device yet because it's not launched globally. So if you want to have that kind of functionality, a custom ROM is your only choice. And then if we go over here, we can see that I have the Google feed. So I have full Google integration with stuff. I've gone ahead and I've uninstalled a lot of the Xiaomi apps. So I've replaced the Xiaomi calendar with the stock Google calendar. I keep the stock Xiaomi calculator because it's got a currency converter. The Xiaomi file manager I find to be completely unoffensive and there's no reason for me to change it. I'm happy with how this device feels right now. Here, I've got the newest version of Gcam that you guys can't get because it's not for distribution. But if you guys want to see Gcam on the Redmi K20 Pro or K30 Pro, I'll have a video up here so that you guys can go ahead and check out the version that's available for you because it does make a big difference. I mean, just overall here, another application that is pretty heavy to load is Adobe Lightroom Mobile because I have a huge catalog of files that's in the cloud and stuff like that. Right now, we're obviously on Wi-Fi, but even then, getting all of these photos onto the device from the cloud is just, it's a heavy process to do so. And I'm pretty happy with the performance of it, but I do want to note that for actual computational stuff, there's very, very little actual computational lifting that you're going to take advantage of when using the Snapdragon 865, guys. I think that even if we had a Snapdragon 845, like on the Poco F1, but with the UFS 3.1 storage, we would probably get pretty similar performance for like day-to-day stuff. I don't think that we would see a massive difference, even with the heavy loading of these apps, because to be completely frank, other than hardcore gaming, we're never actually
like fully utilizing the power of these CPUs. And even when I am gaming, I see that my CPU usage is barely ever over 55%. Video encoding is one place that we do see this. And I do notice this when I upload TikToks. And if you guys are on TikTok, I'll put up my, oh no, TikTok is like poison, but it's fun, especially in quarantine. For any of the other like tweaks and other types of things that I've done to this device, I will kind of put up a list right now on screen for all the different stuff. If you want to set your Redmi K30 Pro up in the same way I have mine set up, which I think is a really good mix between daily driver stability, optimizations, Google integration, and just kind of overall functionality over, necessarily wanting to have something that looks like open source Android, because as you guys know, I'm not a big fan of it. But for your questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments section down below. Tune in probably in the next day or two to go ahead and see my battery real world test. And until next time, it's been Mitchell coming to you guys from Hanoi. Stay quarantined, stay safe. Peace.